in. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Grid Autosports. And well, I'm in the second speed category with this Formula car that I still don't know which Formula car it's supposed to represent, but I think it's supposed to be Formula 2 though. Looking at it
back, Gabby.
more closely, kind of even looks like Formula 1 of like, well, of back then. I'm assuming not the current ones, since this game is from 2014, but if that was Formula 1, then what will be the fastest category, right? Like, that's a little bit weird, right? It's fine. So, yeah, we're gonna do Spa. I hope it's the normal version of Spa, and more importantly, I need to... It is the normal version, okay. I need to be very... Like, I need to drive well here, because I'm in second place of this championship. I mean, not like anything will happen if I wouldn't win, but... I will prefer to win, if you ask me. Seems like a nicer thing, you know? Between winning and not winning, I think I prefer winning. So, you know that thing that sometimes shows as an image is basically this movement of the camera with the right analog. It's just that it happens on its own, because I'm assuming there is no dead zone applied to it, and I don't think you can apply dead zone to that. You can apply dead zone to the acceleration, brake, and steering, but the camera no. So since it seems that my right analog might have a little bit of stick drift, it might do that once in a while. But yeah, it's not a bug of the game. Like, it's not the game showing a frame that already got processed or whatever. It's simply the camera very quickly like moving. And I don't know if it's the gamepad. I'm assuming it's the gamepad that triggers it, but... Well, if it is the gamepad that triggers it, something I could do is completely unassign the mappings for the camera movement, which I don't know if I wanna do, because I like being able to change the camera, but at the same time, the only camera movement that is truly important is, or well, it's not even a camera movement, it's like looking back is the only thing that matters, and that's a button that is unrelated to that, so maybe I should unassign those buttons. Nice penalty. Oh, two of them? Well, the problem is that time is gonna be horrible. Now, see, here's the thing. This is a qualified session, so normally I will just stop here, but I cannot. I cannot because I need to win these two races if I wanna win the championship. It's a shame because this is also a super long track. It's a Spa, so... Well, super long compared to everything else in the game, basically. I cannot hold back. If it was for me, like, I would just end the qualifying right now, but I need to win. It's imperative that I win, and if I start in a bad position, then I won't win. Not to mention that this can also serve as a warm-up of sorts. This car is not very easy to drive. Like, the fact that you can steer more than with other cars also has the fact that you need to go very fast, and that is hard to keep control while you're going very fast. And also hard to tell when you are not supposed to brake. Now, I don't like that Rick Scott doesn't have a time, but it's fine. I think Rick Scott actually got a time. So I gotta be careful here on the final chicanes. Do not skip. Okay, that wasn't a skip, and neither was that. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. That... I did my best. That's bad. But I guess it's better than it could have been if I didn't do that second lap, but that's not good. Timid dude. I tried. The final chicanes are so messed up. I know we're second in the stand. Well, I'm second in the standings. The team is probably second in the standings too. Okay, so I already damaged my direction. That's pretty quick. Should I restart? That doesn't seem like it's... Okay, maybe I should restart. I mean, it's the beginning of the race anyway, so... Yeah. At least it seems that the AI tends to be pretty slow on hairpins, so you can just dive on like that. Well, it's not like they are slow, they do what they should do, which is avoiding contact and doing the corner. Yeah, I don't need to do that, right? Okay. So... Well, at least here you can tell that we are going the exact same speed. So here we can at least confirm that the Raven West guys are not cheating. Yeah, don't worry about it. So this is gonna be, counting the qualify, it's gonna be 8 laps through Spa-Francorchamps. It's more Spa than I was expecting. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, maybe even if I started in a worse position in the quali, maybe wouldn't have been that bad. But yeah, whatever, too late now. And not to mention that it seems to be working out, guys. Well, if it was 10th place, for example, instead of 6th place, maybe I wouldn't have gotten first this quickly, so I think I, should say that it was worth it. I think it was worth it. Now, these guys are approaching pretty quickly. Like, the idea, or well, at least according to what the game say, that the open wheel category is the one that where slipstream matters the most. So that sort of super quick approach is probably that this guy's being at slipstream. I don't know how far you need to be for the slipstream though. I think that's slipstream distance, even though it might not look like it. With cars this fast, it shouldn't be a surprise that slipstream is that long. The good thing is that this chicane here, the AI does it relatively slow. That's my place to gain an advantage, since I tend to do the last sector I do it pretty slow. At least getting an advantage on the first one is good. Hey, don't worry, that's not stepping over white lines, even though I very clearly did. Don't worry about it. No white lines to see here, no sir. Okay, that might be... No, it's fine. It's because I lost time. So I was thinking that it's a shame that this game doesn't follow the... Doesn't follow what the other two games do with the UI. You know that in the first and second grid games, the main menu of the career mode is your garage. You can see the cars, and also like selecting the events looks pretty good. in this game you don't have that. In this game you have like a very, very generic UI for career mode, and it's a shame because I think that it's one of the things that really set the game apart. It's kind of like in Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo always has very, very unique like, you know, career mode menus. Usually it's a map showing the different places, right? Like the places where you go to get the license, the places where you purchase the cars, the one where you actually participate in events. And it's been like that since the very first game in the series, and I don't think they ever stopped. Like they did it with Gran Turismo 2, with 3, with 4. I don't remember about 5. I think 6 had some... Well, actually, I think 6 maybe did have a little bit of a generic mobile UI, now that I think about it. I think they brought it back for 7, though. Like, 7, I haven't played it, but for what I've seen people say, it's... as a game, it's not better than the PS3 ones, well, except for the graphics, I guess, and the multiplayer, but as a single-player experience, it's not better, but I think that at least that's one thing that they did keep, which is the map-looking UI, so that's cool, because otherwise, in a game like this, it's like, you know, just very generic. At least I gotta be thankful that each competition has its own poster, which is something that you cannot take for granted, and I think it's very nicely done. At least that's a win, and a very convincing one. So I still think I need to win the next race to win the championship. Yes, I need to win the next one. Or at least don't let the Raven West guys be on front, but that's not gonna happen. So it's just like the last one, this one also has the second race being 1 lap shorter. That's not an issue if I manage to get first place on the first corner like last time. Well, to be fair, actually, I got second place on the first corner, and then I overtook again later on like before the chicane, if I'm not mistaken, the second chicane, not this one. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, sure, but come on. To be fair, that I didn't do that first corner properly, and by that I mean that I haven't took advantage of the situation properly. You see, doing this corner properly is not gonna happen. Oof, okay. Oh, you're gonna give me the inside? Really? Pretty generous of you. Not like this. Well, the AI, I still think they do have like the option to either defend or not defend a corner, since you can do that with your teammate. And I'm pretty sure I did see the AI do that in one of the races where it seems like they were constantly defending, but right there it would have been smart for them to defend, and they didn't. But well, in the previous race they were on the inside and I still overtook because they enter the corner super slow. With these cars you can do very nasty stuff. You can, like, this is a typical Formula car that has super good brakes, so you can enter a corner like with a speed that it might look like you're not gonna make the corner, but you will. because the brakes are just that good. So right here, for example, I was pretty reserved, but I could have easily started braking much later than that.
Great first lap. You're leading the race.
It reminds me, the Spa-Francorchamps is in Belgium, and they are out of the World Cup today. That's a shame. But it happens. Then again, Belgium is not particularly a powerhouse in the sport, but hey, they got pretty far. I mean, they lost in the quarterfinals. That means that you were one of the best 8 teams. So, you know, well done. So this is the straight where everyone just gets close to me, but it's because of the slipstream. Because obviously here I'm not braking or anything, so... Okay. Well, that's the championship, which means that after this comes tuning, right? And it would be so nice if they just got rid of drifting. I will be so happy about that. But something tells me that they are not gonna give me the satisfaction.
You've made a real impact in this discipline. It's only...
Okay, yeah, we got first. So yeah, the next one is the tuning one, but...
There's a new touring championship for the upcoming season.
Know how it's gonna be. So it's this one, and unfortunately, yes, it has drift. And no matter what you pick, it has drift. You cannot avoid drift. As much as I would like, drift cannot be avoided. So here, instead of muscle, you have modified. Well, muscle or the shady M thing, you have something that just says modified.
Absolutely everything right.
Whatever that means.
So have a look at your choices going forward. Razor Motorsport are upping
This
their
with the
game and
Chevrolet
have an offer you
Camaro,
should consider.
Nissan Silvia. Well, Nissan Silvia is for the drift. Alright, so it's a modern Camaro, the one that is the modified. Not sure how modified, but apparently modified. So it's the season 15, so we reached the season from the tutorial, I think. That's cool. It's in a short version of Red Bull Ring. At this point, why don't you stop using short versions? Isn't it a little bit too late for that? Maybe not. Also, I like the way this Camaro looks. Like, I like the livery of this car. Pretty cool. Okay. This is Red Bull Ring. And in Red Bull Ring, the first corner is very, you know, pronounced. Okay, and this thing is not easy to drive at all. It's actually pretty hard to drive. Okay, I see how it is. This might be a problem.
Ask your teammate to push for a higher position.
Oof. Okay, yeah, this car has issues. Well, not like it has issues, it's just that it's extremely rough to steer. You have to brake so much. Well, to be fair, I just came from Formula, so that certainly won't help, but this is not easy. Not to mention it oversteers so much. But yeah, this is not the drifting competition, so I would appreciate if you didn't do that. The thing is that here, since it's a time attack, obviously you want to do these corners as quickly as you can, but the thing is that you don't need to go that fast, because you're gonna end up just, you know, getting out of the corners.
You can make up a second this lap, you could gain 2 places.
A second faster. A little bit annoying, but I'll try. And this is hard. I don't wanna repeat myself, but I really assure you this is super hard to drive. Every time that you see me going off track, I mean, well, obviously it's a skill issue, yeah, but like I'm trying to steer this thing and it's telling me, nah, I don't feel like it. Well, at least, oh, damn, that was barely enough. Nice. Well, I mean, they might still beat that time, but let's hope they don't.
Caution, event traffic up ahead.
There is traffic. What cars are the other ones, by the way? Isn't that... Maybe I'm wrong again, but from here it looks like a Miata. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe there are no Miata in this game. Oh, it is. It is the MX-5, right? The Mazda MX-5. This time I think I'm right. So yeah, the Miata is actually in this game. I mean, I will say cool, but I really don't like that car. Though, pretty wild that this Camaro is in the same category as that one. I thought that the sports Camaro had more...
Stretch of free road now.
Had more than that. Maybe I just played too much Need for Speed, where both the Camaro and the Corvette are considered to be super amazing. And well, I mean, for the average person they are. I mean that, you know, compared to other super sport cars.
Your event rival will be
Nice.
replaying that over and over. Great win.
Alright. It looked a little bit hopeless at the beginning, but it worked. Hey, not bad. So here's gonna do the drift thingy, right? At least now I know how it works. And considering that I don't plan on beating every single one of this group of events, I don't feel that bad about not having won that one from before, but yeah. This one, I should be able to win it. It's just that to me, like, it's so unintuitive that you have 2 runs and both of them count. Like, because yes, you can ask yourself, well, why will only one of them count? That will be nonsensical. But the thing is that there are many things that might be nonsensical in this game. Like, for example, having, you know, 2 races that are the exact same, one after the other. So yeah, I gotta say, I am a fan of the way of the way this livery works. I mean looks. I thought I was a fan of how Racer look with black and green, but this one I feel looks quite cool. It's a nice combination of colors, like white, blue and red. They also, the shapes and stuff just look pretty nice. I have no clue either way what brand this is supposed to be, Liqui Moly. I don't know.
8 racers get knocked out in this round, so you need to pull it back next run.
Are you saying that I didn't do it very well? Well, to be fair, yeah, I didn't really get that many points. Maybe I'm getting washed. Ah, shit. Wait, this is the one that confuses me. Like, I'm thinking that the corner is out to come, but it's not. Is that too late? No, it's not. Should start from here. And don't drift here, start drifting here. It's a confusing thing. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? It's a funny sounding brand. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is from. But it's fine. Probably an American product that is not here anyways. Hey, I'm doing well. Just doing some events.
That's got you through to the knockout stage.
Oh, I got third. So you need at least 2 million to be safe here, which means 1 million per run. Okay, I'll try, but it wasn't that tight in the previous one, so I gotta be careful. Oof. That one wasn't good. And that one was just off track. Feeling too hot. Oh yeah, I guess you're in summer there. Yeah, here where I live we are in winter, so it's kinda the opposite. In fact, today not only well, it's cold like most of these days, but it's also raining. Well, I know in the UK rains very often too. Yeah, it's a little bit of the opposite. Yeah, as I say, it's pretty cold and raining, so there is a lot of humidity as well. So humidity here is normal regardless of the time of the year. It just happens. But it's, at least where I live, it's quite cold. Not as cold as it could be, still cold. I just hope that when the summer comes, it's not as messed up as the one in the northern hemisphere, because that will be an issue. That will be pretty bad. I wouldn't like it. There is still half a year for summer, so hopefully when it comes, it's, you know, it's not that messed up. Hopefully that you can at least survive the summer. You see, I heard from a lot of people that Europe is being very hot. Also, one thing that I also read the other day is that in one of these days, I mean, it was like probably a couple of weeks ago, like Argentina was the coldest country in the world if you ignore, of course, the Arctic territories. If you ignore the Arctic territories, at that moment in time, Argentina was the coldest place in the world. It's pretty nice. Something that I wasn't expecting, but I mean, it makes sense. Because I mean, at that point, the only other places that could be cold at that point in time could be South Africa or Australia or New Zealand, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that compared to those, I'm pretty sure Argentina is a lot closer to the South Pole than the other ones. I might be wrong though. I mean, it's hard to tell because the Arctic poles tend to be like, people don't really pay much attention to the Arctic poles at all, so I don't know how close we are or not. Ah, come on. When you use it, you sack of shit. Okay, here. When you use the flashback during a drift, it kinda like fucks over the smoke. Like the smoke disappears as an effect. Pretty nice. Yeah, I cannot imagine implementing a flashback mechanic in a game like this too easy, which is the reason also why it doesn't work half the time, I guess. Yeah, like it's not easy because I'm pretty sure that at that point, if you want to be able to pull off a flashback mechanic, like the game kind of has to have like a state logic, kind of like, you know, in an emulator, how games are basically, they have a state every single frame where they fully describe the full situation of the game. So in order to pull off something like a flashback, I mean, it's not like it's strictly necessary to have state logic, but you need something relatively similar to be able to completely roll back something like that. So quite interesting. But as I say, I think that's the reason also why it's such a buggy mechanic in the first place.
You performed well last time, so keep the pressure on.
Wait, I just realized, took me a while to realize, but I'm hearing this a lot more quiet than I normally do, because like my volume is not at the level that I usually play this game on. My bad, my bad. I'll change it after this. Though it's only for me, it's not for the stream, but I would like to hear better, I guess. Would be nice. Oh, that was a collision, god damn it. Barely though. Okay, got it, and there you go. Oh, I think that... Wait, I think that you could see me increasing the volume there, because I'm capturing the whole screen. So I think that you can actually see the volume being increased in Windows. Pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, and we also... Wait, hold up, it's not over yet. Like, the tournament ain't over, there's still one more to go. Yeah. It's another time attack. Yeah, on stream I know it shouldn't be a problem, thanks. It was only for me that I needed to, you know, increase it. But that's also an interesting thing, right? The fact that no matter how much I increase the audio for me, like, it doesn't affect the stream. That's an interesting way, the way OBS works. Because OBS, I'm not sure exactly the way it works. Like, technically I am capturing the audio from the desktop, but the audio from the desktop doesn't seem to be tied to... Like, actually, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to think how it might work, and I honestly don't know. How does it work? Because, I mean, it's a desktop audio capture, but it's not affected by how much I raise it or lower it for myself, so... It's a little bit odd, isn't it? I never really thought too hard about it, but I wonder why it works like that. I mean, it's good that it works like that, because that way I can have a consistent volume for the stream without touching anything. But yeah, I guess it is a little bit odd. It's one of those magical things that OBS does, you know. Some high technology stuff. OBS is a very good program. It's a fantastic program, and the fact that you can just use it for free is insane. I mean, I know that it's been out for a while. It's not like it released like a couple months ago, but it's still insane, the fact that a program like that is free and open source.
Caution, event traffic up ahead.
Yeah, being open source also is quite crazy. I mean, I think it's thanks to that the whole streamer culture is even a thing. Without that, well, people first of all wouldn't have an easy first access to capturing the footage, because you will need to pay for a program like XSplit, for example. So that already will be not possible. But here you can just try it, and that's it.
If you can make up a second this lap, you could gain 2 places.
The OBS is truly
2 seconds on Yuki Nakamura.
a miracle. Just one of those things that you just gotta be thankful for. Okay, I feel like I'm doing that corner way slower than I could do it. And it's actually costing me time. Okay. The Masters Cup is being sponsored by the Masters Foundation. I don't think it is, but yeah, how is it going, Wasabi? You know, Wasabi, the other day I was saying that it's possible that when I'm done with this game, since you mentioned Masters and, you know, Street Fighter and stuff, I might probably try the World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6. Like, it might actually be time to do it. After all this time, I've been putting it off for a while, but I think it should be time for me to actually do it.
Seconds ahead of Yuki Nakamura.
Okay, another win.
We'll be replaying that over and over. Great win.
Now that they stop making content for it.
Hit your team target.
Well, that I don't think is particularly something that affects me, because the content that they made for it is for the DLCs, and I don't own a single DLC. So I think that's,
real impact in this discipline.
you know,
It's only going to get tougher from here.
no, like, that's not very different. Yeah, it's fine.
Have a look at the Tuna Championships. You have a new one for
Or
the
well,
season.
maybe they did add non-DLC content that I'm not aware of. Like, I know absolutely nothing about World Tour. Like, I heard some people maybe talk about it a little bit, but
You did absolutely
You know,
everything right last season. So have a look at your
nothing
choices going
particular,
forward.
I guess.
Razor Motorsport are upping their game and have an offer you should consider.
I mean, this one gives you more. It's just that it's not that much more, I guess. So I'm just gonna go with Racer. We have an Audi and a Mercedes. Pretty cool. But yeah, I just hope it's not... well, that's the problem. Some people I heard that they say that it's a very grindy mode. And I don't wanna grind. I hate grinding. But we will see. Not to mention that, you know what? Like, despite the fact that I got 2 Masters in online, I kinda suck at the game with any character that is not Lily. Like, you know, the thing about Lily is that it's a character that is perfectly crafted for scrubs. Like, it's a character that can essentially ignore neutral anytime she wants, and since it's a grappler, she can just deal damage whenever she likes. Of course, at high levels she doesn't have too much strength, because the idea is that at high levels, you know, a scrub is not gonna, you know, get far no matter how scrub friendly the character is. But yeah, that's the issue. When I play World Tour, like, I think that you can make your character have movesets from, you know, the characters. I mean, yeah, that's the whole point, but it's not like as soon as I start, like, Lily's gonna be there and I can just do EX Condor Spire and ignore everything. Not to mention that if I want to deal damage, I actually will have to do combos. I am horrible at combos, even though Street Fighter 6 is, like any modern fighting game, super easy when it comes to combos compared to how they used to be. Even then, I still absolutely suck at them. Like, I was never built for that. I don't know why. I guess it's... You know, well, it's a skill issue, yes, but I mean that I don't know why I always struggle so much with it. That's the reason why I always tend to pick grapplers. Grapplers, you just grab and, yeah, watch the health go down. It's their deal. They do that very well. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned because of that. I feel like I'm gonna suck so much balls. But we will see. Maybe not. Maybe everything is gonna be fine. Surely. So shouldn't I restart this? Not to mention my direction is fucked. Though the guy here that is an issue is that Shilan guy. I don't think that's someone from Raven West, so... Is Raven West finally getting dethroned? Would be nice. Looking forward to the new Virtua Fighter? No. Unfortunately not, because when it comes... Like, Virtua Fighter is unfortunately a franchise that... Like... The thing about Virtua Fighter is that it's like the pioneer of the 3D fighting game genre. It's the one that invented 3D fighting games. But I think that's it, in the sense that if I wanted to play a 3D fighting game, I will either play Tekken or Soul Calibur. Like, to me at least, they do what Virtua Fighter does, but much better, you know? So, yeah, I don't think I am excited, no. But yeah, it's fine.
On to the final lap. Push to the front.
Then again, Tekken 8 is kinda dead, and Soul Calibur 6 is mega dead, so I guess if you want to play a 3D fighting game, that will be your your best bet for a while. But yeah, I personally don't really care much over Virtua Fighter. In fact, of the popular 3D fighting games, it's probably my least favorite one. I mean, there's probably a shit ton of unpopular ones that are ultra shit, but of the popular ones, which are essentially, like as I say, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, what else? Not sure what other one could be ultra popular. Bloody Roar. Well, when I say ultra popular, I mean big names. Bloody Roar is not that popular, really. The point is that they are games that were made by big companies and they have a following. Yeah, I know Harada left left Namco, I know. You know, Tekken is in a horrible position right now, but the thing is that I'm pretty sure I still will prefer it as a game rather than, you know, rather than Virtua Fighter, personally. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't particularly mind too much either way, because I probably wouldn't play either. I mean, in itself, I already don't really play fighting games almost at all anymore, you know? Like, the last time I played Street Fighter 6 was like, what, 1 year ago? And that's the last fighting game I played. I think. Did I? Yeah, I think it was. Like, I'm not even playing like the arcade mode of classic fighting games either, which is something that I was doing at some point, but I guess not anymore. But oh well. Not to mention that that's a little bit of clickbait, you know? Because in my channel description I say that you can see my favorite genres, and I mention fighting games as one of my favorite genres, and it certainly is. But yeah, as nice as it is, I guess that just don't have that much of a reason to play them. But as I say, I kinda do want to play the World Tour mode, because I've been wanting to do that for a long time and I haven't really done it. And I mean, part of the reason why I even purchased Street Fighter 6 in the first place is because it did have like good, or at least it had single player content when it released, which was more than you could say about Street Fighter 5 on release. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still a little bit concerned about what I might find in the game. Like, whether it's the fact that I'm gonna suck, whether it's the fact that, you know, it's gonna be too grindy, or whether it's too corny. You see, I'm pretty sure it's also pretty corny. And I mean, this wouldn't be the first corny game I played. But yeah, I usually don't like streaming corny games for the most part. Or rather, like, if it's a corny game, I like the fact that it's corny in gameplay, right? Like, kind of like I Wanna Be the Guy games, where you just get killed by a random ass trap. But when it's corny story-wise, I don't like that, because I feel like a moron, you know? Because most of the times, like when I see corny cutscenes, I'm like, I don't like this, but I'm streaming it, so it's like anyone that comes to the stream is like, damn, look at what this moron is streaming. And yeah, it's not like I want to see those corny cutscenes. I didn't know they were there, or rather, they are there and I simply am not there for that. But at the same time, if I do a full playthrough, skipping cutscenes is not that good of an idea. Well, I did do that once when I was playing the Need for Speed reboot. Some cutscenes were so long, corny, and pointless that I ended up skipping them because I'm like, what am I doing, dude? Don't want to waste time on this, right? So that's one exception I can think of. You don't like corny in your games? Yeah, I don't like corny in my games. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is corny, and aside from what some people might have said or not, I remember that Street Fighter V story mode was like extremely corny. Like it was super corny. So yeah, that's kind of the issue. Yeah, that's fine. As long as the corniness is not too much to handle. I love corn, it's tasty. It's not bad, I gotta say. Pretty cool. The corniness is another thing. Well, it's also the reason why, despite the fact that I really want to play them because of the sort of games they are, it's the reason why I haven't played Neptunia yet on stream, because Neptunia games are ultra corny, on top of also being degenerate. And I mean, when it comes to Japanese humor, it's usually those two things together, and Neptunia is full of that. I personally don't mind in the sense that it's like whatever, but I don't like streaming it. But eventually I will stream them. Just that eventually could be, I don't know, like in the very far future. It's hard to tell. But I guess that's also more or less the reason why... No, I mean, it's not the reason. I was about to say it's the reason why I don't play turn-based RPGs. Well, no. The reason I don't play turn-based RPGs because they are simply not a genre I like, but a big portion also has to do that most RPG games are, since story is a central aspect of it, they tend to be ultra corny. Well, especially the JRPGs. But then again, JRPGs, that's the thing. Any RPG that is not Japanese, if we're talking about turn-based, it tends to be games that are not, you know, like I look at them and I don't like them. Examples of that are stuff like, I don't know, Baldur Gates, Dragon Age, what else? Well, I don't know about Expedition 33. I seen that game, but it was like whatever. Didn't look that corny, at least. But I also don't like the way the style looks. Like that whole, you know, weird ass looking enemies with you know, characters that don't look flashy. Is that something that I do like, when things in a game look flashy? Right? Like when characters have very exaggerated clothing and they do like very spectacular looking attacks. That's pretty cool. And for what little I saw, because I didn't see much, but for what little I saw of Expedition 33, that's not really the case. So, I hate grinding in RPGs, only one I like is Final Fantasy VIII. I haven't really played any of those, so I cannot really say what I would like or not. I also been thinking that eventually I will have to play the Final Fantasy games on stream, but I kinda know, for example, how Final Fantasy VII is, and it's a very long game, you know? I'm not sure if I would want to stream something like that. Not to mention that it's also a pretty corny game as well. Man.
Well done. You beat Faisal Mahmood.
Okay. Well, I beat who? Who was my rival? Oh, Faisal Mahmood. Okay, interesting name. Wait, are we not even gonna get second place, really? On the team? That's pretty sad. Whatever. But yeah, the thing is that... what was I out to say? Yeah, turn-based RPGs are probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Probably. Oh, the Eiffel Tower is behind. That's pretty cool.
Top of the standings.
But as always, the exception is Pokemon, right? Pokemon is the one turn-based RPG I'm willing to make an exception for. And speaking of Pokemon, you know that apparently they release Pal World 1.0 on Steam. I never played that game, but apparently the full release is out. Like, the game is out of early access. So that's nice. Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I like the idea of playing like a game similar to Pokemon, but that actually is made by a company that isn't fucking trash, like Game Freak is. Unfortunately, I was never a fan of the whole crafting and farming shit, so yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But it seems that it is like that. Like, you need to do your base, you need to collect materials, you need to craft this so then you can craft that other thing, you need to explore. Well, I mean, the exploring part is whatever, but it's just not something that I think I would like. Nintendo couldn't take it down. I mean, they don't have any bases to take them down. I mean, yeah, it would have been pretty bad if they got taken down. But yeah. The thing is that Game Freak certainly has shown time and time again that they fucking suck, so it's even more offensive when it is like that, right? Because if at least Pokemon was in hands of a decent developer, but they are not. So, you know, seeing this attempt to undermine another developer simply because they have a clearly better game, you know.
Great first lap. You're leading the race.
It's kinda fucked up. I wish it was a game that ironically was more similar to Pokemon in what the objective is, which is battling. But yeah, that's not what the game is at all, so unfortunately, which is also a reason that I think it's stupid that Nintendo is trying to take them down, because Like, if anything, a game like Net Summon is more, you know, it competes with Pokemon more than Palworld does. Even though there is obviously an overlap between Pokemon and Palworld players, they are very different games. But then again, Net Summon is nowhere near as popular as Palworld is, so they don't care. It's like, yeah, let's just let those little guys do whatever they want. They are not a threat. I think that Palworld is also not a threat because it's, again, like, Palworld has nothing to do with any Pokemon game. Like, the fact that it's a monster catcher game is the only similar thing, but aside from that, it has nothing to do with it.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
I mean, at least the Pokemon game that I plan to play next whenever that time comes, that I still don't know if it's gonna be the far future as well, but it will be Pokemon Emerald. So at least it's back when Game Freak was still, you know, they were still incompetent, but the thing is that their incompetence in that era, like, here's the thing. Game Freak, like, started making games at a time where making games was something that not just anyone could do, because it wasn't easy. Like, you didn't have the insane amount of tools you have nowadays. So even if back then, maybe compared to other developers, they weren't as competent, as well, if you read the development story of some of the early Pokemon games, it was kinda like a disaster. But at least you can cut them some slack, because back then a lot of standards were not there, and also not many people could develop video games. But yeah, at some point that in competitiveness, when standards were very clearly set and tools were way more powerful, like, you don't have that excuse to be incompetent. So yeah.
Great season for the team. We finished third in the team standings.
Did we really finish third then? Guess my teammate is an asshole. Also, I don't understand here. Is it because the XP boost doesn't work? That every time that this, like, for example, no, but right there it loaded it well. I'm so confused. Also, there is the Masters. Well, it isn't called Masters Cup, it's actually called Masters Trophy, which is slightly different. But that's the next thing.
Grid Championship event is now open to you. Winning there will reinforce your reputation as one of the best racers on the scene. You did absolutely
Let's
everything
become
right
one
last
of the
season,
best
so have a
racers
look
of
at
the
your
scene.
choices going forward.
Well, and speaking of racer,
Their game and have an offer you should consider.
I'll go with racer here. So it's race. Wait, what is that one? Oh, endurance. Oh, there is a drift event. Fuck. Okay, there is only one drift event, but that's already annoying enough. It's fine. Like, it's one more than last time. And that's already one too many. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, let's just do this. Well, and then, well, I'm probably gonna take the rest of the stream to beat this, most likely, but the thing is that I'm assuming on the next stream we are already gonna go to the fastest category, which is the next one, of course. The next category is the fastest one, because there are essentially only 3 speed categories in this game. So yeah, that's the idea. Also, finally we use the full version of Red Bull Ring. Well, it's not like it's the first time we use it, but I really don't like using partial versions of a track. Like I wanna drive through the whole thing, you know? I certainly prefer that. I always feel bad about destroying those braking references, but they just get in the way, dude. It ain't my fault. Alright, so what position is this gonna be? Okay, not bad. Probably behind the two Raven West Fox if I had to guess. Correct, indeed. Okay, so 4 laps through Red Bull Ring. That's okay to me.
You need to be top of the driver's standings by the end of the season.
The race just started and you're already trying to take me down. Come on, dude. Oh, the Raven West guys, dude. They are already gonna be gone. Well, to be fair, that's a very long straight, but Red Bull Ring is also a track that is like it's full of straights like this, so in something like this, Raven West is certainly gonna have an advantage. Okay, no worries. Though I think that this already will have to be a restart, because the fact that I couldn't get ahead of them on the first corner means that trying to get ahead of them now is gonna be an uphill battle, but it's fine. I'll try. I'm not sure if I'm getting first here.
On to lap 2. You've got 2 cars in front.
They are the Raven West Bros. Well, in this game, they aren't just 2 Raven West guys. Like, Nathan is almost always there, but he's usually, you know, with someone completely different every time. Yeah, that's the case here. He's with someone French instead of with the Scottish guy Rick Scott, or the other one Aaron something. Nathan seems to be the one that is constantly there. Then it was a bad corner.
Your event rival is near the back of the pack.
I still believe I should be able to win this. Okay, with 2 more laps I should get to him. Actually, I probably should do a flashback there, because a slowdown like that could cost me a lot. Like, when you're chasing someone like this, you don't want a slowdown. That being said, I only have 1 more flashback, and we are only through the half point now. So that could be an issue. But we will see. Surely it's gonna be fine. I believe. You know, for today what I tried to do is having the control panel of YouTube not show me the event history, right? Like where it shows you if there was an interruption on the stream or whatever. I decided to not show it so it doesn't give me the false alarm that the stream got cut, but unfortunately it still does it. Like, not precisely on the event history window, but rather in the UI in general. It says no data, and it's so fucking distracting because it's not true, but it forces me to look. It's so annoying, dude. I hate YouTube so much sometimes. It's fine. Oof, that was very close. Unfortunately, I'm in the exact same distance I was last time. How can I reach him? This is the final lap. I gotta do something.
Let's push up to the top spot.
I mean, if I don't dive him on the next corner, I don't think I'm getting him. But at the same time, he will get far because he's just naturally faster on straights. Those corner exits are so bad. You had to do something like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't worry. This is TCR, that's legal. That's fully legal, okay? Also, it's pretty annoying that not even in these like super important tournaments my teammates stop sucking. No, like it constantly sucks in everything he enters, and regardless of who the teammate is, you know, it's not about a specific character, it's all of them.
Nice work. You beat your event rival and won the round.
Also, I guess here might as well just change the whatever. I was gonna change the tab on YouTube, but it really doesn't make any difference. But it is annoying. Regardless, the fact that the no data thing shows so.
Position 3, and your teammate is 16th on the grid.
Wait, why am I third? Wait. Did I? Don't tell me I accidentally hit restart. Did I hit restart somehow? Because shouldn't this be inverted grid? No, I didn't hit restart because it still remembers the mileage of the car. So it couldn't be a restart, or well, unless the mileage stays after restarting, but yeah, shouldn't this be inverted grid? I want to believe I press continue, because otherwise I'm basically restarting for no reason, since I won the previous race, but maybe they made the rules different here. It's a little bit odd, because it's it's always been inverted grid in TCR, so why will it change now? Now I'm a little bit concerned that I restarted like a moron. Fuck. I mean, if I could confirm it from the post menu, I don't think I can confirm it from the post menu. They don't give you the current tournament standings or anything like that, I think. So that's a problem. Well,
Nice work on the first lap. You're in second
I
place.
guess for now let's just finish the race before thinking anything. If it is the exact same race as in if I restarted, that would be so dumb. But how could I have pressed restart? I'm pretty sure I didn't make the selector go right. That sucks. Okay, hold up. That has to be a flashback. Yeah, even something as minor as that is a huge waste of time. You cannot afford it. That works for me. If I didn't press restart, essentially they are using the exact same rules as open wheel. Like, oh fuck. Like your qualify position is the same one as, like, in every race. Like, you start with that qualified position in every race. Well, there's normally only two, but, you know.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
Come on, I can recover. Just a little bit more. Well, last time I lost the position because I did a very weird corner, honestly, but should be fine. That was also a very weird corner, but as long as I don't start spinning, it should be fine. So if I finish the race and I find out that it's the exact same race I did before, I will be a little bit pissed off. Like right now, the anticipation is killing me, not knowing if I restarted or not. Well, only one more lap to go to find out. Well, at least one thing that is constant and haven't changed regardless of if this is the same race or not is that my rival is still on dead last. I guess some things never change. Not sure if that's a good thing, probably not. That's bad. That might be a penalty. It isn't nice. Oh, but that one might be. Okay, somehow neither of those were penalties. So the question is, did I repeat the same race like a moron or... I hope not. I really hope not.
What a win, first place.
No, okay, so it was the second one. Well, but in that case, why? Like, why wasn't it inverted grid? Why was the exact same race again? Like, that only happens in open wheel, theoretically. And now we have another discipline that does that. That's very lame, honestly. Pretty lame. Alright, so what do we have here? A Mercedes. Racer really likes Mercedes, huh? Well, the issue here is
Your teammates on pole.
this track is hard to overtake in.
They're not going to make it easy though.
And in this discipline, I always start on last because it's supposed to be default inverted grid, you know. And look at this shit. I was gonna restart because that seemed like a very intense hit against the Raven West guy, but I think I'm fine. The question is how fast the guys that are ahead are gonna be, because they are no Raven West, so maybe not that fast, but they could still be quite fast. Also, that's the second very intense hit. I should really be careful here. So it's possible that even if it doesn't say it on the bottom right, my direction is still slightly damaged. Though it doesn't feel like it, but it could be like it. Oh, that wasn't stepping over wildline, really. Wait a second, also, is this the first time I do the full version of this track? So I think that every time I played in this track it wasn't the full version. But this might actually be the first time. Well, that's pretty nice.
On to lap 2. You've got 2 cars in front.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, one of them, and specifically the first place, well, now second place, is my teammate. Very, very surprising, but yeah, you keep that position. Ah, fuck me, it's fine, don't worry about it. That wall wasn't even that solid. Also, I don't know if this is a real life track or not. You know that yesterday I actually checked Okutama. I kinda expected it to not be a real track because of what I say, the fact that there being a Toridor right in the middle of the track, that's not something that that looks very realistic, not to mention going into a mountain without any sort of protection. That's not gonna be a circuit that will be legally allowed to exist. So yeah, it indeed doesn't exist. It's a fictional track that also appears in Toka, which is like a PS1 series of touring car games. So it makes me think that this one might be similar, and I don't just say that because it's an unfamiliar track to me, because it is, but what the hell? Okay, thankfully the flashback worked this time, but this asshole is still trying to take me down, you know?
You've set the fastest lap this race.
You know, the reason why I say that this might not be a real track is precisely because of how, like, aesthetically perfect it looks. Like, with all these trees of different colors, like, perfectly surrounding the track, like, it could exist. It's not that it's impossible, but it looks very perfect for this to be a real place. But you never know, maybe it is a real place. My bet is that it isn't, but I could be wrong. It's interesting when games do this, right? Like, they have real life track, but they mix them with original tracks. Well, that's what Gran Turismo has been doing since Gran Turismo 2. Well, the first game had fully original tracks all the way, but the second one introduces Laguna Seca, which is like the only, I think, well, actually, hold up, was Laguna Seca in the first Gran Turismo game? I feel like it wasn't, but I could be wrong. I will have to check. But yeah. Point is that in one of those two games, that was the only real life track. Every other one was, you know, like an original one. And then since Gran Turismo 3, they actually have way more real life track than original ones. And then by the time 5 and 6 came out, the majority of tracks were real, and a very small minority were original ones. It's the natural progression of games like that that become super popular. We're gonna be fine, don't worry. Wait, this is touring car again? Didn't we do this like not that long ago? So I guess we are doing the 2 touring car races very early, huh? I mean, I don't mind. Seems like a weird decision. Was not a good corner. Yeah, that wasn't good. Problem is that if there is no inverted grid on the second race, I'll need to stick with this time. And that was a very bad time. Okay, let me do another lap. I mean, I'm not familiar with this circuit at all, so we'll need to do some... Well, count this as practice, I guess. But it's interesting that the game lets you practice on top of qualifying as well. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool, it's pretty weird, I guess, but it's nice in its own way. And if you play on very hard difficulty and you use a real, I mean, you use a simulation setup, you kinda want to practice the tracks before it's time to go, right? Like, when you're not a casual using a gamepad, you kinda need to like fully familiarize yourself with the track. That was very bad.
Last lap, let's push through the pack.
Damn, okay, this is the first qualifying session I'm doing all the laps, so that's because my first 2 laps were fucking shit. Okay. Hey, I'm just not used to this track. So the first sector seems that I do it perfectly, but I start fucking up later on. I probably see a corner like this. I use the brakes way too much. You're not supposed to brake that much. You can do that corner way faster. That one I'm not so sure. I think that I did it relatively faster. The reason why I'm putting this much emphasis in this qualification session is if there is no inverted grid on the second race, I have to remain with that position every time I start, so it has to be at least a decent one. Well, that was not decent, but it's fine. It's okay, don't worry. One of the Raven West guys is in 5th place, so will be worse, right? Surely.
And your teammate is 16th on the grid. You're putting in a good performance. You're top of the standings.
Yeah, well, if I want that to keep being the case, I need to do well here. That quali session was not very promising. Something tells me that my good friend Nathan is gonna escape before I can do anything about it. Okay, that wasn't a penalty somehow. At least I'm ahead of his other friend, his Raven West bro. Okay, at least I'm second. Now how to reach this guy somehow.
On to lap 2, just one place to lead this race.
Oh, don't drift. You're a touring car, you're not supposed to drift. Though that's something I noticed about this car. Unlike the previous category of touring car, this one, if you force the corner too much, it actually oversteers, which didn't happen with the slower category. I guess it makes sense. I gotta get used to that. Still a little bit too far though.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
I kind of like this sort of pace where you need to overtake one guy that is going slightly faster than you, so you need to pick up the pace to get to him. That makes these races exciting. Because yeah, I mean, otherwise it will just be boring, winning without any effort at all. These ones at least require some sort of effort. I expected that, but worry not. Once you overtake them, they immediately brake. Yeah, you tried.
Hold the lead. Last lap.
You can see it in corners like that, how I like immediately drift on the corner exit. These TCRs are certainly slightly less stable than the previous ones, but whatever. They still are not that hard to drive. Just need to be slightly careful about corner exits. I can't believe that. It's fine. At least this time the flashback actually worked, but then can you imagine if it didn't work and I had to redo the whole race because of that?
Nice work. You've been
And it
okay
could have
all
been the
around.
case considering how many times that happened, but that was crazy.
Led that last lap. Let's take that
And
form into the
I
next
feel
round.
like that has happened so many times by now. The fact that I spin out right at the end when I shouldn't. So here, for whatever reason,
And your teammate is 16th on
the
grid.
touring car races are two that are the exact same without inverted grid. So that's something that I didn't want to see more of. That's something that I wanted to see less of. So that's kinda lame. Well, kinda. It's pretty lame. Not to mention that unlike some of the latest open wheel races, this one's like the second one is not shorter. It has the exact same amount of laps. It's essentially the same race again with nothing different. The exact same stuff. Pretty lame, honestly. It is what it is. I might not be able to beat Nathan here with how much these guys are keeping me here, but we will see. Just need to take the second place.
On to lap 2. You've got 2 cars in front.
So now that the second place is mine, it's just a matter of having a good enough pace to reach these guys. Well, these guys, it's only one. He's slightly further than before, but there are still enough laps remaining that it shouldn't be that hard to do, right? Hopefully. That was a mistake, Nathan.
You set the fastest lap this race.
You cannot make mistakes when I'm behind you. So otherwise, I make use of them. Okay, thanks for that mistake. Pretty nice. Though the mistakes on this game are not even close to how exaggerated they are in the first game. In the first game, you have the guys just randomly flying around full speed against the wall, and it's something that happens so often. Here sometimes crashes happen, but like usually the worst that happens is something like that where they slightly like step off track and lose a little bit of control. I think this one is more realistic. In Grid 1 they went way too hard with it. It's not realistic that there will be so many mistakes in so many races in a row and by so many competitors, right? But I'm pretty sure the same mistake. I made the same mistake that he did. But he's not gonna capitalize on it. Because these AIs are definitely not aggressive. Yeah, I guess they are less passive than the ones in the first game, but still pretty passive. That was very bad. It's fine. Yeah, I can make mistakes too, obviously. But if anything, I'm more likely to make mistakes than an AI that more or less know what it's doing. Okay. So nice that my number is 777. Have a lucky number. So far, I won every single race. And my teammate is in last place, like in the tournament standings. That's a new low. Usually they don't tend to be there, but I guess they are there now. This is the endurance in Okutama. Well, this is the track that I was saying that is fictional. Though Okutama is a real place, just doesn't have a racing track. I'm not sure if I like the idea of doing this at night time. And no, I mean, it's not that I'm not sure. I am sure I don't like the idea. Yeah, not to mention this track. This is gonna be a disaster, especially since it's an endurance. Do you know what I should say that so far I won every single race? Well, this is probably gonna be the one I won't win. You see, with this car, doing endurance on this track is... It's a very messed up combination, dude. Very, very messed up. Oof. Damn. Did you see how I raced that thing? I even heard the sound. A pretty funny metallic sound. That was only you know, it just damaged the paint. Nothing important. The fact that it already showed me the third place in the partial standings is not good. Well, I'm back at first now. See, remember about endurance, you don't want to be in a bad position. Alright, let's try that again. You have to brake a lot sooner for this. Yeah, that's a slow corner. Okay. Oh, and then this corner. This corner is messed up, yep. This corner is messed up. Okay, that worked. And how good is this? Good enough. Well, might not be first place at the end, but it's second. Well, it's fine. I should probably overtake the first place on the first corner anyways. We will see how it goes.
You're putting in a good performance. You're top of the standings.
Yeah, I don't think getting first place is the part that's gonna be hard. The part that's gonna be hard is surviving this. So yeah, well, good luck with that. I wish you good luck because you will need it. It's actually probably, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that this is probably the hardest event in the game so far. Like, simply this combination is very hard. Also, using the flashback that early might be a problem, but considering that the flashback works whenever it wants to, I think that maybe it's not that big of a deal. If I try to use it again, maybe it won't work, so it's fine. Though, I think that today, every time I try using the flashback, it actually worked. Well, maybe no, I think there might have been one exception, but the majority of times today, the flashback worked exactly when I wanted it to. So maybe things are slowly changing. Would be nice. At least, seems that statistically the tire wear should not be that bad towards the end of the event, so like unlike the previous one, so at least that's one thing that might not be that hard to do. Ooh, I almost fucked up. Was paying attention to the tire wear and the current time too much. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I guess I spoke too soon, because right there I tried to use the flashback and it didn't work. So yeah, I guess any time that you can use the flashback, if it works, take it. Because it's likely that the next time you try to use it, it won't work. And yeah, that was the perfect example of that. I guess I gotta be careful with that corner now. Okay. That was a surprising interaction. The fact that no one died and that I was able to stay ahead of him, pretty nice. Pretty successful interaction. Oof, careful with that. What's for sure is that as always, the Raven West guys will not leave you alone. Not like I expected to be any different here. On top of the fact that it's already hard to follow this track without getting into an accident, yeah. You also gotta make sure these guys don't attempt an overtake. Right, so I gotta be careful on the first corner because I got into an accident, but it's a very blind corner. In fact, are there even... Okay, they are breaking references, to be fair, yeah. They are there. I guess it was a matter of paying a little bit more attention. It's okay. Was not a bad hit. Okay, see, that one was bad, but thankfully the flashback worked this time. Okay. Guess I could try to tell my teammate to stop sucking dicks.
I've asked your teammate to push for a higher position.
I don't think it's gonna do anything, but might as well try.
We've had our first driver out of the race.
Wait, what? Our first what? I didn't hear what he said. Our first what of the race? I have no clue. I'm trying to think of what possible words he could have used, and unless he say like our first crash, like someone actually forfeit, because well, okay, yeah, it has to be that, because the last place right now is the 15th place, which means that yes, like someone did die. Well, at least it wasn't my teammate. He's still on last place, but I mean, at least the last place here is better than the last place before that other guy died, so hey, gotta look at the right side, you know? Oof, I'm glad that also worked. But wait, that's my last flashback. Okay. See, that's an actual problem. That being my last flashback is not... Oh wait, it's not. There is one more. Okay, my bad. Well, problem is that it's only one more flashback when still half of the race is next. And not to mention it's the hardest half, because now my tires are gonna be answering me way less. I mean, they are already answering me less. Like, I'm really struggling to do these corners, but it's gonna get worse, and I only have one flashback. So this isn't looking very nice right now. Like, it's pretty nice that I'm first and all of that, but it's actually looking grim. At least I have the consolation that, as I say, this is pretty much the hardest event in the game so far, so there's no shame in in doing this badly, I guess.
Raven West are going to struggle to keep a decent pace to the end.
Well, the third place, sure, but the guy behind me, I don't think he's struggling to keep a good pace. So, yeah. Well, maybe what he's saying is that like, he knows what the tire wear for them is, and that for...
Got a standings update for you. We need to get ahead of Raven West.
Well, I am ahead of Raven West, so... I don't know what you mean by we need. Unless you want me to go further, but come on, dude. I'm struggling enough as it is, trying to keep the lead. Man, these corners are so messed up. That's the reason. That's one of the things that tells that this track is not real, because a circuit could never be allowed to have a fucking mountain like that next to it. At least a mountain that has no separation to the track. Like, the mountain is right there, an accident is fatal, not to mention also risking you know, the like rocks falling down and something like that. I think they call that landslide. I think landslide. Ah, fuck! What the hell? How did I lose control there? I was so messed up. Well, that was my last flashback. So, well, try not to use another one, I guess. Try your best not to. Will be hard. Yeah, it's actually gonna be pretty hard. I need to do one more lap, right? One more lap and a little bit more. Oh shit. I broke in a way that made them slow down very harshly. Nice. Okay, no, there's actually one more lap, almost exactly.
West are ahead of us in the team standings. They've got over 10 points on us right now.
Yeah, and they will keep having more than 10 points because my teammate is a fucking idiot. So yes, don't worry about them. Like, they are gone. You're not gonna be Raven West in the team standings. Oof. Okay. At least, as I say, it's the final lap, but holy shit, dude. Like, I think it's hard for you to understand how much I'm suffering right now. Like, this car is already wild without tire wear, but with tire wear it's so hard to drive. And in a track like this, and also with 3 guys behind me trying to overtake, and without flashbacks remaining, this is very messed up. Ooh, that might be... No, it's fine, it's fine. For now. No, I mean, okay, that corner definitely has something that makes the exit very unstable. So my direction is now officially damaged, but it's fine.
The driver behind you has crashed out of the race.
Oh, really? Well, it wasn't the Raven West guys, unfortunately. It was the other one. That's a shame. Oh well. At least it wasn't me. Okay, I somehow survived this, but then this was absolute torture. Also, that was exactly 4 or 5 laps, I don't know, but it was exactly that, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. It was, as I say, a pretty fucked up event, but I'm glad I was able to do it. What I'm not glad is having to do drift now. You know? That's one thing I'll never be glad about doing. Whatever. No point in complaining. Oh, we have the R87 now? Nice. I only used the Nissan Celia so far in every drift event, so seeing this one is a nice change of pace. Well, change of pace, and it's a change of... It's a change. That's what it is. And it's nice to have variety. It is the car that I used in the first grid game to do the drift events. And they went pretty well. Like, it was pretty much the best. Well, I don't know if it was the best because I didn't use any other one, but it did the drift super well in the first game. Oof, almost collision.
Let's secure a qualifying position in the second run.
And I'm pretty sure that if I repeat a run like that, it's more than secured. Oof. Okay. Getting an insane amount of points right now.
That's enough to go through to the final heats. Great drifting, great control.
I wonder by how much that was first. Okay. A decent amount, but yeah, pretty good. Also, the stupid ass teammate I have also didn't qualify. Shouldn't be surprised at this rate. Well, we have Nathan as the first opponent. So, at least Raven was here will be forced to lose points, because he will be out early on. I mean, assuming I can beat him, but I don't see why I wouldn't. Not to mention that I'm pretty sure that Raven West are never the top guys on drifting. Like, that's supposed to be their one weakness. Like, I think that the game on purpose makes the best drifter a Japanese driver. I think here it's the Nakamura guy. I think it's called Yuki Nakamura. Or maybe it's a different one, but I'm pretty sure he was Japanese when I look at the qualifying standings. But I don't think I have to fear losing this. I should be fine.
This time you're chasing.
Okay. I'm going so close to those, well, cones. I don't know what they are supposed to be. They are not cones, but they have the same functionality as cones. Every time I get so close, I guess we can just call them obstacles. It's what they are intended to be, and the purpose they fulfill. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna reach 3 million. Now, this time the Japanese guy was Hayato Matsumoto, and he lost. So he's actually not gonna be the best competitor here. Well, the best second to me, of course.
You're starting this in the lead position. Set the pace and stay ahead.
In this drift event, since I don't think there's much more you can do to do it better than what I'm doing, I think that's the reason why there is a little bit of margin between my scores and their scores. Because keep in mind that this is not the hardest difficulty, so on the hardest difficulty they probably do scores that are either very close to what I have or higher. I will assume that they are simply close to what I have. You see, like, there aren't that many other ways you can do this. Like, they specifically made the drift cars in this game drift super easily. Like, you don't have to... Like, most of the drift is kinda done automatically. You just have to aim. Well, aim and make sure you don't oversteer, of course. But the point is that, like, you can drift by just, like, leaning into the corner. You kinda do need to use the handbrake, but the point is that it's not like in a simulation game where initiating a drift will be pretty hard. It's made in a way that is very, very permissive. I had to brake there. Okay. Yeah, I did worse than last time, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that here it doesn't matter. These guys are not even getting close to me. This guy is from Kicker. Oof, close. I wonder what happens if the chaser here actually meets the guy in front. Like, does anyone get penalized or what's the deal? I don't know. This time I'm doing... Like, this is probably my highest score so far in a single run. Yeah, without a doubt. Because if I can make another run like that, that's 3,200,000. Crazy.
You did great last run. Keep it controlled and you'll take this one too.
The funny thing here is that if I do very badly, it might still be enough to win. Well, it might still, no, it will be enough to win. Like, if I do something like 600,000 points, it probably is still enough to win, and I already have them. It's like I will have to get penalized from the next two or something. I don't know. That being said, it's still not even close to how good the previous run was, but this one was pretty weak, but I mean, it's obviously way more than enough to win. Shame that it wasn't 3 million, it could have been.
Well performed them out there. You deserve the win.
Well, yeah, I clearly deserve the win. Everyone else kinda suck in comparison. Okay. So, what comes next? Oh yeah, open wheel. Well, this is the first open wheel event that happened here. It's gonna be in Brands Hatch. Seems like a cool combination. By the way, why haven't we seen Mount Panorama yet? Where is Mount Panorama? I know the track is in the game, so why aren't you using it? Seems like such a waste. Or maybe Mount Panorama is a DLC track, so that's why it doesn't appear in the career mode. It's possible. It's possible that the career mode has no DLC whatsoever. So there's something I just realized, that these cars actually have tuning applied to them, I think, every time that you go into a track. Because, for example, look at when this thing goes into a straight, it doesn't reach 300 kilometers per hour. So in this case, it's kind of like it's more... You know, since Brands Hatch doesn't have long straights, is customized in a way that doesn't make use of that. It's interesting that there is tuning applied, unless I'm wrong and it's simply that the straights are not long enough, so you don't have a chance to see it go to 300 kilometers per hour. It's possible. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, here, remember, in the qualify you cannot restart, so the most you can do is use the flashbacks to correct your mistakes. Yeah, unfortunately, as we already seen in Brands Hatch, I struggle quite a lot on the final sector. It's terrible. Okay, yeah, these corners are just so hard for me. I'm pretty sure I was slow, despite the fact that I gave it my all. That was probably super slow. And that was horrible. Unfortunately out of flashback, so... Okay, man. Somehow... Well, somehow now it makes sense that it made me lose that much time, but... It still hurts. Well, there's only one more lap and I need to do it without flashbacks.
Final lap, come on.
Wasn't a big fan of doing all of the laps here. This is a very bad position. Then again, I probably... Why? Yeah, at this point I think that you can easily abandon the qualifying because it's... You're not gonna get into a better position, but that's so bad. Like, 11th is horrible. This is gonna be horrible. It really will be. Oh well.
Decent form. You're top of the standings.
I guess that's the thing. We are at the top of the standings, so we can afford doing badly in one race, but would have preferred if that wasn't the case. Right, I destroyed my direction already. I think that's a restart though. You know what? I really don't understand why you cannot restart the qualify, but you can restart the race as many times as you want. It's a little bit weird, doesn't it? You will expect that if you cannot restart one, you cannot restart the other one. Because yeah, you can restart an infinite amount of times the races, but the qualify, no. You gotta get it right the first time. Nice. I think that surviving the first corner is gonna be an issue. Something tells me it might be an issue. Oh wow. Well, my direction and my suspension are broken thanks to that. No, this actually no. You cannot damage your vehicle like that. But yeah, that's the issue of starting in a position that is pretty far behind. You need to get back to the top quickly, but yeah, if you do that, the result is having to deal with these morons. And the flying cars. But I'm also struggling in that hairpin to not oversteer. This is gonna be a torture. That was worse than last time. At least my car is in one piece. Well, not anymore. I spoke too soon. Jesus Christ. I think this is... I will just have to tank the bad result here, because trying to get into a good position will most likely be impossible. I just can't get past the first corner. And the times I can get past the first corner, I can get past the second one. So yeah, this is most likely not happening. So here going inside or outside doesn't make any difference. Chances of you getting fucked is the same, are the same. Oh, dude. Okay, that corner exit is so shitty. Yeah, forget about Nathan, just at least try to get into the podium, I guess. That also seems like it's not gonna be very possible, really. You can hear the brakes from everyone behind me when I do those corners. I can't believe they are that hard to do. Here I will just have to tank this bad result. There's no other thing to do. I think fifth, like this place is the best one I can be in. I don't think it's gonna get any better. Wait, did Nathan have an accident? No, it's simply that the hairpin is too slow and that's it. Made them look closer to the other guys, but you know, it's just a very slow corner and that's it. That was way too slow. Just don't comprehend how to do them fast. Like, it seems that I am allergic to this track. It's 4 laps, so also another thing that I have to survive for quite a while here.
Go through the halfway point.
The next race, by the way, is not gonna be any better, I guess. I mean, it's literally the same one, so yeah. It ain't gonna be good. Unless they decide to do an inverted grid. Since they are not doing the inverted grid for touring cars, maybe they do it for the Formula cars, but probably not, if I had to guess. Pretty wild that fifth is the best that I can do. I have enough points from the previous races that tanking this is not a problem. Not to mention that Nathan got what, 7th place in the drift event, so that already is huge tanking to his points, so it should be fine. Really? I think that here I should do this safely, because it's the final lap. They are not gonna overtake you. So just try to get to the finish line at the very least. Yeah, I guess I'm just very bad at Brands Hatch. And that's the end of that. Okay. So.
Team target looks safe right now. Good work.
Yeah, that's the issue, because I'm obviously carrying the team on my own, and these positions really fuck the team up. Yeah, the tuning, I just wanted to see that there is no way I could do something better. Absolutely no way. I don't understand half of those. Well, I think saying half is also an exaggeration. I don't understand any of those. Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's how we're gonna start. It's gonna be pretty hard to do anything, you know? Oh wow, that was extremely lucky. Okay, this has to be the attempt. He not get more lucky than that. That was extremely lucky. In fact, I think that's what happened the first attempt on the previous race. I also kinda somehow got into the middle of all the cars, but I ended up spinning on the hairpin, so I couldn't continue. Alright, so I mean, it's still not an amazing result, but it's almost the same as the previous one, and the previous one was like just looking at the context of the championship was acceptable. So this one should be even more acceptable, right? It's one position ahead. The only problem here is that the guy behind me is a Raven West guy. So unlike the previous attempt, the guy that's gonna be constantly behind me is gonna be very close to me. So that's annoying. That's bad. You know, forget about the third place. You are not getting third place. Just at least attempt to stay on the fourth place. I want to know what's the scientific reason why I do so badly on Brands Hatch. Yes, I know I'm doing these corners here slow. How and why? And how could I possibly make them better, you know? Just doesn't make any sense to me. Only the halfway point, which is a problem. Well, at least I have all the flashbacks remaining, but no guarantee they will work. I don't know what you mean by that, but you know that I'm staying in this position, right? Are you aware of that? I hope you don't somehow think that I'm gonna magically get into the podium, because that ain't happening. I don't like Nathan getting 2 wins in a row, though. That could be an issue. I think I'm also worried about the team standings. We will see how that goes. I wanna see.
Looking good to hit your team target.
Well, this guy says that it's looking good, but I don't know how much of that is true, because I'm assuming the objective is third place, I don't know if it says it. I think you do have one option that shows you the objectives. Okutama again wasn't once enough. Like, why will you repeat the same track twice in the exact same tournament? What are you thinking? Anyways, yeah, team objectives. Yes, it has to be third place in the team championship. I mean, I could keep this position, but that will be rough. So I think the difference here is that it's the reverse version, sure, but come on. A reverse version or no, you could have simply used another track, you know? That feels like the superior idea to me.
Caution, spin out up ahead.
I don't think that counts as a spin out. Had two cars jumping like popcorns. Pretty funny. So the issue here is that I lost a lot of time compared to the leader group.
That's Nathan McCain up ahead.
Yeah, there's also that asshole, but I don't care about him. I care more about the other guys ahead. I keep doing this pretty badly. Problem is that using any car after using the formula car really throws you off. Because the formula car is, you have to drive it in a very specific way that no other car drives like. So anytime you drive any other car, it ends up feeling like a different game even. These guys that are ahead are not supposed to be as fast as Raven was, so even with how much I'm taking to reach them, I still should be able to reach them. And they are 3 laps in total, and this is a very long track, so I think it should be fine. Probably. Oh. Wait, that was my teammate. Dude, come on. This was the one time you had to shine, since it was the only time you had an inverted grid, but even then you throw it to the trash. Like, how can you be so bad, dude? How is it possible? So these vehicles are very quiet. Probably again because I'm comparing them with the Formula car that is the opposite of quiet. It barely feels like they even feel like electric cars, you know, but they are not electric cars.
We've had our first driver out of the race.
Well, yeah, as long as it's not my teammate. Thankfully it isn't. So yeah, the good thing is, as I say, the guys at the top are not that fast, so you can simply... Okay, my direction is fucked, that's not good. It's probably not that big of a deal, though. You know, it's fine, it's fine. No problem. So I don't like the fact that that Monster Energy guy is first. At least there is one more lap remaining. At the same time, this guy is a local here, so he has the home turf advantage. Now, unfortunately here, the guy that is right behind me is Nathan. Again. Though why? Okay, that has to be a bug. There is no position next to him even though he's third place. That is clearly a bug. It has to be. Why would there be no position there? Yeah, this Monster Energy guy is going a little bit too fast for me. Not sure if I can reach him. Certainly not if I do that. Yeah, that's a problem. In fact, he kinda feels as if he was someone from Ravenwest with how fast he's going. He's going very fast. I am close, but the race is out to be over. Nice drift, but yeah, I don't think... How many corners are left? Only one, I think. Yeah, probably only one. Yeah, I don't think I'm beating this guy. Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, I'll take the second place, but wasn't Monster Energy the ones that were in fourth place behind me?
Well done. You beat Nathan McCain.
Yeah, I don't care how... Well, I guess I do care how McCain, but...
Second past the finish line. Great drive.
I'm more worried about the standings. No, it's... Actually, Monster is in fifth place. The problem is Team Kicker. It's only 10 points away. I don't know if we're beating that objective, because it doesn't depend on me. I mean, sure, if I win, the chances that we beat it are a lot higher. Right, so now we're going into a time attack. In Colta, Circuit of the Americas. Well, we will see. What do I have here?
You're doing well enough.
Oh, the Honda. The S2000. So the remaining disciplines should be one endurance and one open wheel, right? And I'm not looking forward to either. Yeah, that's an issue. I feel like I'm doing this very slowly. These are only 3 laps, by the way. Which, I mean, in events like this, it's not that important. Because assuming you get to the 3rd lap and it's still not enough to have a good lap time, you can simply restart, right? So it's whatever. At the same time, if you say... Well, regardless of what you do, you have to do all 3 laps for the event to end, so normally you don't like the idea of restarting, well, or at least I don't like the idea of restarting, because, you know, it's still long enough as it is, but I'm certainly faster than the guy ahead of me, which
You may need to overtake.
I'm pretty sure is my teammate. Yeah. And not to mention, I mean, I cannot really say that you made me, like, skip that corner and get the penalty, but it kinda was your fault. Like...
I've asked your teammate to push for a higher position.
I don't think we can ask him for much, though. Okay, that's a restart. Like, if that second lap was already pretty much, you know, dead. Yeah, I don't like the idea of restarting time attack events. They are long enough as they are. Whatever. At least it's better than restarting an endurance. Okay, white lines my ass. I'm simply stepping on the piano normally. What you mean white lines? The only white lines are the ones you are snorting right now, sack of shit. That's clearly a valid corner. Alright. We always have to keep in mind that my dumbass teammate can get in my way at any time possible. So that's a big disadvantage in itself. I did tell him to be aggressive, so surely that means that at least he will be faster than last time, right? Surely. Well, he is going faster than last time. Either that or I'm going slower. I hope it's not that. It will be that too. Okay, thankfully that wasn't a skip. Alright, so, well, we won't see how good this is until everyone else has finished their own laps. No, wait, why didn't my teammate register a lap there? I mean, he clearly did a whole lap. Oh, no, it's because I guess he's the last one to register a lap, probably, since he was ahead of me. Okay. Well, I at least am quite ahead of Nathan. And right now I'm ahead of you and my current time, so this is probably gonna be an easy win, I hope. More importantly, I hope that I just didn't shinz myself. That would be bad. Fortunately, now it's time to overtake my dumbass rival. At least what I like here is that the first lap is always like it can be the fastest one easily because it's a rolling start. Also, yeah, I guess my collision with my rival costed me the like having a better lap time than my previous one. But with this big advantage, it might be all I need.
The gap behind you is closing, so push ahead.
No, it isn't. Stop lying. What gap is closing? Like, you know, do you mean this moron getting closer to me? That doesn't matter. This is a time attack. It's not a race.
Nathan McCain is in second place.
Yeah, and the gap didn't get any smaller, you know, it's still the exact same one, so will you stop lying? Like, I already have enough with YouTube lying when it says that there is no data in the stream where there clearly is, so I don't need two liars if it's possible. One is more than enough. So I overtook, well, this one not yet, but I will essentially overtake 3 cars in this time attack. You guys are very bad, I gotta say. But I think this makes sense because the order here is supposed to be
Stretch of free road now.
the championship standings. So the championship standings are like me being first and my teammate being last. It makes sense. Right. Yeah. So well, this confirms that my first lap was the best one by a long shot, but thankfully it was enough.
Nathan McCain will be replaying that over and over. Great win.
You're replaying the first lap specifically, not anything else.
Unstoppable out there.
I'm unstoppable, but the team, as you can see, the gap with the fourth place keeps getting smaller. Like, I don't like this. And where is this endurance? Please no Brands Hatch. Okay, it's in Yas Marina. Okay, sure. Why not? I mean, it will be hard not to skip corners, but should be fine, right? Though this car, no matter what, this car is insane. Just a crazy car. And then the last one will be the open wheel race. Well, at least we know that it cannot, or well, it shouldn't be in Brands Hatch since we already had it there. Well, it could be in Okutama, which will be very annoying too. We will see. Probably gonna be fine. Nice. I don't like that it's the reverse version. At times it really feels like they are using the reverse versions more than the regular ones. Not sure why. Guess they really like it. Unless this is not the reverse version and I'm a moron, but I'm super used to seeing like the other version of Yas Marina. I'm pretty sure that Formula 1 also drives on that one. Unless my memory is getting worse and worse, but it's just that I don't remember seeing, like, before this event started, it didn't say reverse, did it? So I have my doubts now. Like, I'm almost sure this is the reverse version. Okay. So, my 2 seconds ahead of Raven was nice. Get on.
You're putting in a good performance. You're top of the standings.
I know. Oh yeah, keep in mind that here it's an endurance, so you cannot drift like that. That's not a good idea. Judging by how much better I did the qualify than Raven West, it makes me think that I shouldn't worry too much about keeping the lead here. But of course, when the tire wear shows up, that's when they are gonna get the closest to me. I avoided knocking down any cone there, nice. I like when that happens. So we have 2 Leos here on the top 4. Ah shit, that was way too much. Okay, I tried, before even getting into the corner, I tried to flashback and it didn't let me. Like, I was spamming flashback the whole time and it didn't happen. Very annoying. It's fine. I mean, restarting an endurance in the first lap is not that big of a deal. Those are the type of corners that I gotta keep in my mind as dangerous, so I can properly adapt to them. This corner, especially because it makes it seem that it's a corner that is going right, but it's not going right, it's going left. Okay, yeah, as long as you keep that in mind,
Teammate to push for a higher position.
should be fine. Yeah, and then corners like this one that also make you think that they are faster for a longer amount of time, but no, they are not. I guess the tire wear should be mostly fine. Mostly. Then why are you drifting?
Nathan McCain is in second place.
Yeah, that's the thing. Despite how much superior I was in the quali, Nathan is still right there. Super close. And he probably will get closer when my tires start giving up, so that's not a good signal. But I mean, as long as I don't have an accident, I should be able to maintain the first place without a doubt. Yeah, that's the thing. As long as
Nathan McCain.
I don't have an accident, which is kinda it's a brave thing to say. Very, very brave. Wasn't expecting a penalty there. Nathan at this point is... like, he's not gonna get away from there. He's just constantly gonna harass me. Just the way it is.
You've got a second on Nathan McCain.
Well, at least the distance is way more than it tends to be. Usually when I look at the minimap, he's like, he's basically part of the arrow, right? Like, the arrow represents me. Well, he's right there almost every time. This time that's at least not the case. Well, I guess in other endurances I guess, yeah, that's the thing. In other endurances, it probably was also like that, but only if it was Yas Marina. Like, for some reason, I'm either super good at Yas Marina or the AI is bad.
Standings update. Our team's doing well. We're ahead on points.
I'm mostly thinking that is, you know, that is the later, that the AI is just bad at Yas Marina, and that's the end of that. So we're getting into orange tires territory, which is always an issue. Because yeah, right now I can start sensing how much harder it is to steer.
You have 2 seconds on Nathan McCain.
That's good. That's pretty good. Now here I wonder, since it's pretty clear that pit stops are not a thing in this game, what will happen in these endurances if you increase the length of the event? I will assume that the tire resistance also increase with the event length, right? Because otherwise it will be impossible to get to the end. Yeah, that's most likely what they will do. Though I'm surprised that there is no pit stop here, considering that it's like a way more serious game than the previous two, and also the fact that endurance is like a real thing with tire wear.
Second place.
Yeah, I don't particularly mind.
Team is pulling ahead on points. Keep it up.
And if there were pit stops, I will need to think, and I'm not a fan of thinking. I still remember in Gran Turismo 3 when I did the Formula GT Championship, how hard it was for me to... Well, it wasn't really hard. The thing is that I had to think very carefully of when I wanted to pit stop. Damn, that was such a good experience. The Formula GT Championship in Gran Turismo 3 is so good, so well done. The best thing in the game.
You have 2 seconds on Nathan
Maybe
McCain.
even the only good thing in the game. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's certainly the best it has to offer. Okay, that was too long. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. At this point, those things are to be expected. I mean, what's not to be expected is these two assholes behind me from Raven West being still so close to me, but it's fine. At this rate, just let them be, I guess.
You have 2 seconds on Nathan McCain.
You can barely steer even on like a fast corner now without starting to lose control. Alright, 1 minute remaining.
Got a standings update for you. The team's up on points. Keep extending the lead.
Yeah, can you tell my teammate to also try to extend the points? Because right now he's a piece of shit, that's what he is. You gotta be careful here. Tires are blinking and there's 20 seconds on the clock. And even if you still have all the flashbacks, you cannot guarantee they are gonna work. So just be careful. Let's not do what happened already multiple times, that we lose the endurance on the final seconds. Alright, it won't happen this time, nice.
McCain will be replaying that over and over. Great win.
Nice. That was 26, well, almost 26 kilometers. So I'm pretty sure the championship is pretty much guaranteed for me, but it's not guaranteed for the team to be third place. So the next event that is gonna be a Formula race, I need to do well. Okay, it's a Spa. Well, that's the first event I started with, which is kinda lame. But I did well here, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I won. And I have practice. And it is the normal version of Spa, so I should be fine. I hope. Yeah, I think I won the 2 races, right? I mean, it happened at the beginning of today's stream and I already forgot, but pretty sure I won both races without much complications. If anything, I think the issue is that the qualification wasn't good. Like, I had a very bad lap time, but I remember getting first place pretty quickly. And then it was just a matter of, you know, preserving the lead, and that's it. With Spa, the issue for me... Oh yeah, I remember what the issue was. The final chicane. I constantly got penalties, so like the quali session was trash because of that. Alright, well now at least you know what to avoid, so... Hey, attempt to avoid it at least. And here remember that it's full speed, no braking until the chicane. And when the chicane comes, please do not get that close to the inner side of the corner. Do not skip this. Perfect, okay. Is this a good lap time? Well, I think it's good enough. Yeah, this was close to how it was in, like, today's first race, right? I think... wasn't it? I think it was 5th place. Essentially, the thing here is that if you don't get first in the first hairpin, you get first in the first chicane, so... And by first, I mean the second. Just that it's hard for me to consider Au Rouge a chicane, even though it obviously is, but... Like, it is just a very unique corner, you know? I think that calling it a chicane is, like, underselling it. So this is gonna be 4 laps here, so this is gonna be pretty long. Like, extremely long. I hope at least the second race is 3 laps, but I think the races that I had at the beginning of the stream were, like, the first one was 3 laps and the second one was 2 laps, I think, right? Maybe. I don't know. Could be. Which is quite lame, because this is gonna take a very long time. One race with 4 laps is gonna be 8 minutes. And if the second one is also 4 laps, it's 8 minutes, like 8 more minutes. If it's 3, it's 6, which, I mean, it's better, but only marginally better. here I will say, wait, I don't remember what my lap time for the quali was, but here, even assuming that lap was better, it could simply be explained by having the slipstream on this straight. But at least Nathan got 4, though at this point, it's as I say, the driver championship is not of my concern, because I'm pretty sure I win regardless of what I do. It's the team championship that I'm scared, and Raven was doing badly is not specifically good, because Raven was already won the team championship like without doubt, so my fight is not with them, my fight is with Team Kicker and the other one that I don't remember how it was called. Those are the ones I need to do bad, not Raven West. If anything, I benefit from Raven West doing well, if my idea is to get the 3rd place in the team standings. For example, this Kurt Wittenstein, I don't know for what team he is. We will see. The guys behind me are still extremely close.
Setting a great pace. Keep it up from lap 3.
Wait, how did I manage to make the 2nd lap slower than the 1st one? Like, the 1st one included the very slow start. Was the slipstream in this straight really that powerful? I mean, most likely. There is still one more lap to go after this one. You know, that... The thing is... You know how there are 3 seasons per speed category per discipline? I wouldn't mind doing them all if it wasn't for shit like this. The fact that this is a very long race already for no reason, but what's even more shit is that there is another race after this one that is exactly the same one. Like, if it wasn't for that amount of repetitiveness, I wouldn't really mind doing like every single season, but with this much repetitiveness, doing every season is a torture, because there is no variety whatsoever, you know? Well, I mean, there is variety, but there's like a very big amount of repetitiveness. So my plan is to simply... Well, actually, I don't know what my plan is, because it's obviously beating the final one of the big tournaments that, like this one, that includes all the disciplines, but I don't know if you get something special for beating well, not beating, but like reaching the maximum level in every discipline. That's what I don't know. I guess that's actually good news. Means that the two Raven West guys will be on second and third. So the thing is that that's all news. He was third for a while. I wasn't paying attention, so I guess the spotter telling me that is useful, but like that's all news. Like he was already third for a long time, you know. No way. I mean, I'm glad these guys are behind me, but giving me a penalty there. Okay. So how are the team standings looking like? Okay, then. So that should... Well, I still don't know, but that should be a guaranteed third place for the team standings. I wanna believe. And this is team, another 4-lap race, dude. You are out of your mind. Absolutely out of your mind. Like putting the exact same race twice. Like I know that I sound like a broken record complaining about this, but I really cannot understand who thought that this was a good idea in a sim cave. If it was a simulator, maybe I would understand trying to be the closest possible to the real competition, but on a sim cave doing this for absolutely no reason is so absurdly dumb. It really is dumb. Wouldn't be dumber if you wanted. Like really, really dumb. The fact that it applies to two disciplines, it's already quite messed up. And also I feel like it's kind of a waste that the tuner discipline is almost exclusively time attack and drift. There were a couple of races in that discipline here and there, but I feel like it's kind of a waste to have like tuner cars be saved for event types like that. Whatever. But it seems that, at least to me, the disciplines that are done the best are street and endurance. And endurance is pretty fucked up, but like I think it is a well done game mode. The fact that you have a relatively long race with tire wear in a car that is hard to drive and also quite fast, I think that it's a good idea. I think that you already say that. Yeah, this time he got third very early. So I think at this point, unless one of those guys crashes, it seems that Raven West will secure the second and third place. So at least on the team standings, I think that the third place is guaranteed for my team. So all thanks to me, by the way, because I think that I can... Like, how many races did my teammate not get last place? Because I have a feeling that it has to be one or two. In every other race he got last place. And I'm not exaggerating, I think he really got last place in the big majority of them. So the team getting third place is all because of me. All thanks to me without an ounce of doubt. Okay.
You've set the fastest lap this race.
So I see a lot of flags here. I don't see the Belgium flag in a single place here. I mean, I understand that Belgium is not like the USA where they probably use the flag even as a... Team, I forgot how it's called what I was out to say. But whatever, they use it for everything, but... Yeah, I guess Belgium is not like that. It's pretty common that in some tracks they have the country's flag somewhere there. Well, and maybe in the actual Spa-Francorchamps they do have that, but apparently in this game they don't. I mean, I know that seeing it like this, it looks like I'm driving by myself, like it's a glorified, you know, fuck, like a glorified time trial, but as you could see there, like, these guys appear at any moment. Like, they are right behind me at all times, so... It's simply that I'm blocking them so they don't overtake, but I'm never alone here, even if it looks like that. Like, if you look back, these guys are always there. The Raven West Dynamic duo, they are always there. No matter what, they won't leave you alone. Ah, what the hell? How did that happen? Alright, don't worry. Thankfully I was able to save it. You know that it's not easy to save those loss of control like that. Well, technically it wasn't a loss of control, because otherwise I would have spun out, but yeah, when this car starts drifting, you gotta be very quick to correct it, because otherwise it's a spin out and you're dead. And that will be bad. You can see how the arrows are always there, telling you, hey, I'm right behind you. You better not let your guard down. Doesn't matter because I win. Nice. Well, that was the Masters. You wanted the Masters Cup? There is your Masters Cup. We actually then by 1 point we got third place, but the interesting thing is that Team Kicker was like still got the difference to be smaller and smaller every time. So we almost didn't get the team objective. Can you believe that? Yeah. I almost cannot.
2 down, 1 to go. You're now on the final push to the last Grid Championships event. Keep performing at this high standard and it will be within your reach.
Oh wait, we did get level 8 for all of them? That's pretty nice. Okay, no, not in the tuner one. One thing I want to
There's a new
see,
Championship Open this
like,
season.
obviously I'm ending the stream here, but I want to see like if the fastest speed category is there now. Here, category A. Well, in fact, even this last one is like the ultimate thingy. I'm tempted to play this one. Like, I know that starting this with by the last is not a good idea, but considering that this is kind of supposed to be like the end of these things, I kind of want to do that. It's probably a bad idea, yes. It's most likely a horrible idea, but...
You did absolutely everything right last
Wait,
season.
I
so have a
messed
look at
up.
your choices
Wasn't
going forward.
supposed to
Have a look at
enter,
the
my
Chile
bad.
Championships. You have a new one for the season.
The only issue with that is that the tuner one, I cannot do it, because I need level 8. That's pretty annoying. Like, I will have to do this one before I can go to that one. That really sucks, but it's fine. I'll think about it next time what I will do. But in any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.